the landscape of American television and film, few families have left as indelible a mark as the Carradine from the 1950s through the 2020s. They brought passion, intensity, and authenticity to their craft. But this is the story of one man, Robert Carradine, who carved his own path through Hollywood while living in the shadow of greatness. Born on September 5, 1954, Robert Carradine entered a world already defined by performing. His father, John Carradine Sr., was a legendary actor known for his haunting voice and commanding presence. His brothers David, Keith, and Robert pursued the craft. But unlike his famous father, Robert had to prove himself on his own terms. He wasn't content to simply ride on family legacy. He wanted to build his own. In the 1970s and 1980s, Robert Carradine found his voice through television and independent films. He appeared in the cult classic Revenge of the Nerds, a role that would define his career for millions of viewers, as Lewis Skolnick, the bespectacled nerd who found confidence in community. Carradine became an icon for outsiders everywhere. It was a role that could have typecast him, but he was determined to show his range. What made Robert Carradine unique wasn't just one great role. It was his willingness to take on diverse characters, from drama to comedy, from lead to supporting. He approached each project with professionalism and dedication. He appeared alongside Quentin Tarantino legend Uma Thurman in Kill Bill Volume 2, bringing gravitas to his role in one of cinema's most talked about modern films. This proved that even decades into his career, he remained relevant and respected. The Carradine brothers David, Kate, and Robert shared a bond forged in performance. While they pursued different paths, they supported each other's journeys in this unpredictable industry. Tragedy struck the family multiple times. David and Keith both passed away under tragic circumstances. But Robert persevered, continuing to work and remaining a steady presence in Hollywood through changing times. As technology and entertainment evolved, so did Robert Carradine. He appeared in television series throughout the 2000s and beyond, proving that an actor could remain active and relevant across multiple eras of entertainment. His appearance in the reimagined Kung Fu series demonstrated his ability to connect with both legacy audiences and new generations of viewers. Behind the scenes, Robert Carradine was a family man. He balanced the demands of a nearly 50-year career with the responsibilities of marriage and fatherhood. He lived a relatively private life, avoiding the Hollywood scandals that plagued some of his contemporaries. His focus remained on his craft and his family. In February 2026, Robert Carradine passed away, leaving behind a legacy of over 50 years in entertainment. He appeared in countless films and television shows, creating moments that moved audiences around the world. What made Robert Carradine exceptional wasn't that he came from a famous family, it was that he proved himself as an individual talent. He showed that you don't need to be the biggest star to be remembered. You need only to bring authenticity, commitment, and heart to every role you play. Fans and colleagues remember Robert Carradine as a dedicated professional, a man who showed up, knew his lines, and delivered honest performances. In an industry built on illusions, his realness was his greatest strength. For those who grew up watching him as a nerd finding his place in the world, or who encountered his work later in life, Robert Carradine proved that every character, every scene, every moment of performance matters. He may not have been the most famous Carradine, but he was uniquely, authentically, undeniably himself. And in Hollywood, that's rarer than gold. Rest well, Robert. Your work will live on.